Hello, welcome back to Alan Wake episode 2. We're playing Nightmare mode. We're going to play it as a pacifist, meaning we're going to try our hardest not to shoot anyone. And we've got developers' commentary running in the background. So we just witnessed Rose come and deliver a coffee thermos to Rusty out there, who we met in the Oh Dear Diner. Normally the coffee thermos is in that room there, but we've picked it up. Now, there's quite an interesting thing with that, because if you remember when we were in No Dear Diner, Rusty made a comment, something along the lines of, don't fall in love with the coffee, it'll break your heart. Now, Rusty is divorced, or separated, and he's got an obsession, and I mean obsession, with Rose, in the way that it's apparently possible to get coffee ordered out to you by buying coffee thermoses. And so all these coffee thermoses that we have to collect in this secondary task sort of thing actually belong to Rusty. So every time you come across one, think about it. Rusty called Rose out there, because Rose is the only one that kind of delivers. It's a place where him and her met. So yeah, that just shows. Now, on the other hand, Rose is obsessed with us. And we're married, of course, to Alice. Our marriage is a bit on the rocks. But some have even suggested that Rose is actually Barbara Jagger. And that kind of is interesting, because Barbara Jagger, if you think about it, just immediately attacks Alice and separates Alice from us. And is kind of fascinated with us for what we can do. So there is, and we'll talk about that theory a bit more in episode 3, because there's something interesting happens there. Now Barry is also interested in Rose, but then again, I mean, look at the guy. He doesn't really get to know many women. He'd be interested in anyone. In fact, he'd probably be interested in that bear, if that bear was alive. And yeah. But anyway, let's keep going. Hello, Rusty.
Easy there, boy. I'm almost done.
Hey, Rusty, right? You rent cabins.
Oh, Mr. Wake. I'd shake your hand, but mine are kind of full here. Actually, I'm sorry about this. Would you mind grabbing the registration form from the desk? It's just across from Bucktooth Charlie.
Okay, sure. What happened?
Crazy poachers. Max here got his foot caught in a trap. They're illegal to use here. Hell, you're not supposed to hunt within the park at all. But that doesn't stop some lowlifes. Well, at least Max is gonna be okay. He got lucky.
Lucky, buddy.
Max is still groggy from the shot I gave him, and I'd rather not leave him alone just yet. The form's on the desk across from the mammoth skeleton.
Yeah, any more shots? I could do with a couple of those myself. I've seen some pretty weird
Okay, boy.
stuff.
We're almost done here.
Seriously, Al, you can't
Here
just go
again.
and meet a kidnapper. Those situations always end up in disaster.
Oh,
You gotta talk to the cops.
Oh, you're a drama queen.
She's my wife,
Well,
and it's
cops
my
do.
call. Can we talk about this later?
That's right.
No, this whole thing. Listen, you hit your head. I mean, geez,
I'm gonna
Al,
hit
come
your
on.
head.
You gotta understand how crazy all this sounds. If you're trying to pull a joke on me, freak me out, it's working. Ha ha! Let's have a laugh on Barry. Well, you had me going there real funny, Al. You can quit it now.
I propose. Okay, let's go pick up the form. And come back through. There you go.
This is the form you wanted?
And here are the keys.
Cool.
Okay,
There's
you're all
it.
set, Mr. Wake. Glad to have you staying here.
No worries.
Thanks. Can you tell me how to get to Lover's Peak?
Yeah, that's
Oh,
where I want to
sure.
go.
It's at the end of the nature trail. Just follow the paths, you'll get to it eventually. It's an
Okay.
easy walk. Nice spot, too.
Huh.
If you have any trouble finding it, just keep your eyes on the radio mast. It's right below that. Oh, and hey, if you take a walk in the woods, watch your steps so you don't end up like Max. I guess I'm a little worried. We got a bunch of campers out there we haven't heard from. It's not like these people are on a schedule, but with the traps, well, you know. I just don't want any trouble.
Right. Thanks.
Okay. Now, Max, look. Can I give you some life advice here, Max? we've got a dark presence running around, and to tell you the truth, I don't fear well for your safety there, buddy.
I'd gotten what I'd come for. It was time to go.
No, I need to help Max here. He's a bit of a... You need to toughen up, boy. I mean, we've got some badass dark presence around, and he doesn't like dogs. The last dog, Toby, axe to the head. I don't want to, you know, needlessly worry you here, but we're going to have to come up with a smart plan there. Look, what I want you to do is play dead. Play dead. Give me your best dead. Oh, that's good. That's good, Max. But I can see you breathing, okay? You need to just hold your breath, alright? And stop blinking. Keep working on it, buddy, alright? Keep working on it. And, hopefully, you fool them in thinking you're dead, alright? It's the only chance. I've done what I can. Can't do any more.
Look, Al.
Oh, you again.
You're asking me to believe that you shot a dude who went poof into thin air.
Yep.
A guy who was bulletproof until you pointed a flashlight at him. You hear that from people who end up spending time in padded rooms.
You are a
strapped
padded
to their
room.
beds, wearing white shirts
It's like
with
a
2
cross
long
load
tangled
came out
up
of your
sleeves,
wardrobe there, buddy.
and eating a healthy diet of pills.
Pills.
Al, you make cruel jokes about people who believe that kind of stuff. You're the skeptic. You gave me an hour-long lecture on homeopathy last month. What was it? If there's no proof, it's pure bullshit. Period.
Yes.
Guess the laugh's on me then.
Al, come on! I mean, okay. Okay, maybe something weird happened to you, okay?
Yeah.
Well, thanks for the heartfelt vote of confidence.
All I'm saying is you gotta throw me a bone here, bestseller.
How about those?
What would you think if it was me? There's no way you should be going out at midnight with a gun.
No one asked you to come here, Barry. Either work with me on this or go straight back to New York. Your choice.
That's just crazy talk, Al. Al? Al? We should go to the sheriff or call the FBI.
Damn it, Barry, they'll kill her! This is not a goddamn debate, Barry. I'm going to Lover's Peak. He said to come alone.
Okay then. I understand. You're my best friend and I'm worried that you're not right in the head. Tell me what to do to help and I'll do it.
You stay here, and if I'm not back by morning, call the cavalry.
Just be careful with the natives, Al. These yokels are dangerous. Everybody hates a tourist, or it'll be deliverance all over again.
Bless you.
Oh, this place is trying to kill me. I'll bet there's mold in here, spores, poison ivy, God knows what. This is so not worth a 15% commission.
Okay.
You want to know where you can shove that flashlight?
Oh, for
Watch where you point that thing, Al. Stop it, Al! Stop it! You're giving me a migraine, Al. You know I'm useless with a migraine.
Okay. So, we'll trigger the developer's commentary.
Barry is a very fun character to write, and frankly, a big part of that is Fred Berman, who does Barry's voice. And he's a cool guy because it doesn't matter how stupid the thing I write is, he actually always makes it sound good. He would just always find the right tone for Barry and sort of make him human even though he's saying something completely idiotic. Barry's a clown, of course, and you know, you could call him a greedy little weasel and you wouldn't be far off from the truth. But at the same time, he's a loyal friend and he's smarter than he lets on. And, you know, he's got the flaming eye of Mordor, so, you know, that goes a long way.
Okay, so Barry Wheeler, our agent, is the comic relief of the game. One of my favourite characters. And you can actually trigger 2 different humorous little speeches. One is by shining the flashlight like I did in his face. And the other one is by coming down here and turning on the lights on and off. Unfortunately, you can only do one or the other. You can't do both. So if you want to find out what happens when you come down and trigger the lights on and off, you'll have to do that. But make sure, and that's all you have to do, keep just doing that. And every time you do it, he says something quite different. Make sure that you don't flash, trigger the flashlight shining into his face. Yeah, unfortunately I can't show you both. Alright, so we're going to continue on. There was a coffee thermos inside that kitchen normally, if I remember, and there's one around the back of the house, meaning Rusty's called Rose here twice. We'll come down here.
I'll wait here, Al. I'll hold down the fort. I'll be with you in spirit every step of the way, Al.
And he really does.
Lock the door now.
Lock the door. There's a page here. We'll just trigger.
Barry had the keys to the car he rented. Wasn't a long walk to the visitor center, and it wouldn't be any use to me in the forest.
So we've got a page here. I believe that it might
Alice
be
looked
this
through the
one.
viewfinder, lining up the shot. Cauldron Lake was breathtaking. Something caught her eye. A figure standing in the shadows behind the cabin, like a thin woman in a black dress. She lowered the camera and looked again. No one there. Just a collection of bushes that looked vaguely human-shaped. She shook her head and laughed.
Okay, so that's in the past, when we were at Cauldron Lake. Alice meeting Barbara Jagger.
I knew I should have gone to the cops. This wasn't the smartest thing I'd ever done, but I was still angry with Barry for trying to talk me out of it. These people had called me right in the sheriff's station. The cops wouldn't scare them, and they had Alice.
Which is an interesting thing. So Alice jumps into Cauldron Lake. 7 days later we get a phone call saying that she's kidnapped and being held ransom, with a voice that sounds somewhat a bit strange. A little bit of a scare there. I think they're not ready for it. So we've got wind chimes that are supposed to ward off evil spirits. I know when that first happened I just turned on the light and stayed in here for half an hour.
Welcome back to the show, folks. As promised, our very own Dr. Nelson has just parked his rear end in the studio. Doc, what's your Deerfest plan like? My plan?
I think Dr. Nelson was the one that we met in the sheriff office.
No plan, really. Just taking the atmosphere. I'm getting a little too rickety to do much more than that, you know. Oh, tell me about it. No sack race for us older gentlemen, huh?
Sack race.
Yes, exactly, Pat. But I'm going to check out the parade, of course. And I'll be one of the pie contest judges, too.
Well, that takes a different kind of constitution.
Oh, yeah. It's my kind of exercise.
Now, Doc, seriously, you're in pretty good shape, though. You're the outdoors type. I know for a fact you're an avid fisherman.
That's right. Matter of fact, just caught a heck of a largemouth bass early this morning.
But you're not taking part in the fishing contest?
No, not this year. See, Pat, I'm just not that competitive anymore. Now I just like to take my time and enjoy the peace of it. It's no fun if I need to worry about what I'm catching, you know?
Well, considering your track record, the participants are probably pretty happy you feel that way.
Well, Pat, that's kind of you to say.
That's pretty much it. So it gives us a bit more information on the dot there. We're about to come across a possessed tire. Just moves for no reason. Look at the backgrounds. Like, Remedy's done such an awesome job there. Remembering we have to go to the radio tower, which I have no idea where that is. Where there was snowshoes in... Oh, hello. That's not good. So we're coming across a second house. Grand Theft Auto 5 is already released and people are downloading it. So you can walk up there for quite a distance, but nothing's up there. You can't go into the caravan, so don't bother. No wind chimes, great. He evidently is having any problems with Grand Theft Auto 5. Conspiracy of the Faith, that says. Let's turn on the TV. How is that actually even playing? There's no electricity here.
Crime and punishment. The cancer and cure of civilization. But some crimes are impossible to
Just in
punish.
time for my favourite TV show, Night Springs.
In Night Springs. Tonight's episode. The Man in the Mirror.
Really is having problems with Grand Theft Auto. Whatever.
He's inside, Agent. He's a weird one.
So, you're confessing to killing that guy, huh? Why?
Had it coming?
Yeah, but why would you do that? I mean, you're a nice guy. Normal. Took a kid to a soccer game. So how come at the game, you pick a guy and, quoting from the arresting officer's report here, assault the victim's head area repeatedly with the weapon of choice being a pair of bare fists? Wow, that sentence really flows, huh? Maybe you're not the literary
So
type.
that would be on Grand Theft
So
Auto
you mess
5.
him up. But why? Who was that guy? We couldn't ID him. Why would a guy like you do him like that?
I didn't like his face?
Well, you must have hated it, because you really went to town there. I mean, there's no way to tell what he looked like. No ID on him either.
That must be difficult.
But then we ran the fingerprints. Got a match. Your prints. Identical.
Huh, how about that?
Your son said you were wearing a white shirt when you took him to the game. But the white shirt is on the dead guy.
It's plenty red now.
You won't get away with this.
Do you really think that's in any way relevant to me? I had plenty of time to talk to my boy before the cops arrived, you know? He won't stop screaming, am I right? You think he's ever gonna be okay? I left my mark, believe me.
You bastard.
What? You gonna shoot me? What's the point? I'm going to prison. You got me.
I don't understand any of this.
And you never will. Don't worry. Maybe you'll see me again, Agent. Maybe in the mirror.
All about identity theft. Interesting. Look how many feathers are in this building. We've got to bring Barry Wheeler back here since he's got so many allergies. It'd be so funny. Alright, let's continue on. Hey, birds! We're in Alfred Hitchcock's Wet Dream. Alright, let's keep going. So we got 2 more pages now. Got a page up here. Did I miss someone, didn't I?
Barry had never gotten along with Alice, but he knew Alan loved her with an almost frightening intensity. And now something had happened to Alice. And here was Al armed with a gun and saying things people got put in padded cells for. It was as if his friend had experienced a massive psychotic episode and was now totally disconnected from reality. It scared the shit out of Barry.
Okay, so that just gives us a bit more information on Barry Wheeler. He really thought that we had a psychotic episode, which is fair enough. I mean, it's unlike us to, you know, pack a gun and all the stuff that we're talking about, so he really thinks we've lost the plot. Now we've got to... This could be... I think this is one of those. I think we've doubled up somewhere. But we'll
the air in
go
the
through
visitor
it
center
anyway.
was heavy with an awful smell, as if some rotten drowned thing had crawled up from its grave. Rusty kept coughing blood. My eyes were drawn to the twisted shape of his broken leg. The attack had been vicious. Max whined in his cage. Rusty's eyes were wild with fear and terror. He gasped. "Mr. Wake, it happened just the way it was on that page."
Ooh, okay, that's not good. There's a bit of a future on what we're about to come across. There was a bit of
The
Thomas
vision
Zane
left
in
me
that.
weak. This was no head injury. Rusty, damn.
Rusty, hang on! I'm coming!
Please, help me! Anybody? Help me!
Wow, what happened here?
Help! Help me!
Coming.
Can you hear me?
Yep.
Anyone? Please help! Back here. I'm back here. Mr. Wake?
Oh, hell.
It happened just the way it was on that page. I found. Came true. It knew. So dark. It'll come back for me. You must... The lights. In the office. I have the key.
Okay, Rusty. Hang on. I'll be right back.
Whatever did this couldn't be Barr.
Seriously?
Rusty had found a page
Seriously?
from the manuscript. It would help me understand what had happened.
Wow, well, it's true. So it threw him against the wall and then dragged him up here and threw him against this wall. It's pretty serious, whatever it was.
Shh. Good
Hey,
boy.
Max. Now's the time, buddy. Play dead. Play dead. Get down. Get down. Max, listen to me. Okay? Play dead. I've got to get lights on. Okay. Look, I'll be back. Practice your play dead. Be a good boy. So Rusty talked about... Oh, here we go.
The only way to make sure that
Well,
Rusty was
right now
safe
Rusty's
was
still
to get
alive, but you know that's not gonna last for long.
back
He's a couple of minutes away from being turned into one of the Taken.
Seriously,
You know, and
what the-
we worked on Taken for a long while, and when we initially started to build the concept, the basis was on serial killers from comics and movies.
Right.
We wanted them almost seem like immortal enemies, and they always turn up where you least expect them.
Yeah, and they seem kind of mindless. Well, that's because the Dark Presence just sort of strips away everything away from them. It just leaves this empty shell and fills it with darkness and sort of throws them at you. They're really about aggression, and they don't really do subtle.
And that's exactly why we love the melee weapons, right? And we actually considered giving them firearms at one point, but when we tried that, I think it took away something from the unique feel of combat that
Yeah,
we
because
had.
we kind of want them to come at you.
Yeah, they need to be aggressive, right? And I think the melee weapons also represent something old and mythical, what the Dark Presence is, unlike the light, which is modern and technical.
Yeah, and of course you probably noticed that they keep on babbling all the time. Well, you have, but no,
Yeah.
I'm talking to a player here. That was actually kind of an experiment because we just wrote some of that stuff on a whim for Stucky in the beginning, and when we got the lines back from the actor, it was creepy as hell. So we, of course, decided that we gotta have more of this stuff, and we just wrote more of it in.
Yeah, exactly. It's just excellent.
So that's how they came up. Now, Rusty talked about picking up a page. This is what he picked up, and this is what he read. So, let's go.
The visitor center was sturdy, but the impact turned the front of the building into splinters. Rusty was thrown across the lobby like a rag doll and hit the far wall hard. It didn't hurt until he tried to move and saw his leg bend the wrong way, felt the broken ribs stabbing him on the inside. Rusty howled in pain and fear. suddenly afraid to die alone.
So he's read that it's happened, and he can remember the last sentence. So he knows he's coming back for him. That's pretty full on. Okay, let's continue on. Put another page in here.
At the last instant, I changed direction and threw myself down. The axe splintered the trunk of a tree. I stumbled into the pool of bright light. My lungs burned. I was too exhausted to move. I tensed as I waited for the killing blow, but it never came. I raised my head. Nothing moved in the darkness beyond. For the moment, bathed in the cold light, I was safe.
Okay, that doesn't sound good. Alright, something that's going to happen evidently in the future. So, not only was it scary for Rusty, but it's scary what we read that's going to happen for ourselves as well. So we turn around the corner here and...
I was too late. Someone had destroyed the circuit breaker. There was no way to get the lights back on.
Okay, I'm going to try my hardest not to die here, but this is really hard to do this without as a pacifist, so forgive me if I do die. Okay. Oh great, now the dark presence is leaving his...
The ground was covered with oily patches that looked like liquid darkness.
So not only does he kill us, but he leaves those doo-doos in there for us. Right. Oh, Max! Oh, Max, play dead! Play dead! Don't be stupid, Max. No barking. Play dead. Now I like to get rid of all those doo-doos, basically because,
I just need hunting licenses.
Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to try and weaken them up a little bit, and we're going to come here. Okay, so we got them both in there. Didn't really take off that much health. Those electrical pylons are fantastic. Now we're going to come across Rusty as a teleflanker.
Something had torn a mammoth-sized hole in the wall.
Right. So Stucky was the teleflanker as well. A flanker is someone that is able to stab you in the back. A teleflanker is someone that can teleport and stab you in the back. And Rusty's faster than Stucky would have been if he didn't get off the stupid flare that was shot. So he's like a hyper teleflanker. Now, if you look on the Alan Wake wikia, it says that you have to shoot this guy to progress. You got no choice. We can't shoot. We're a pacifist. So let's try to find another way.
Don't feed the animals.
Oh, Max, what are you doing? Oh, playing dead. Very clever. Good talk.
Fishing
That's awesome.
Is only permitted
for those
visitors.
Oop, who's your sub park?
Fishing.
License.
Okay.
Go Bay.
So what you need to do is you need to immediately, and I mean immediately, run back as quickly as you can, because this guy is...
Any other wildlife closer than
25 yards.
Oh, that must be...
All times.
Oh.
Never leave your pet
unattended.
Okay, that only just happened. And just when you think it might leave you alone, it doesn't. Now these two guys are actually probably harder than the teleflanker. Because the telephonic just moves in really fast. These guys don't, and they throw some stuff at you that really weakens you down. I like to try and weaken them up first. See what I mean? There's one down. Why my heart is not to die there? There's one. Okay. Oh! But see how weak we are? That is awesome. Actually got through it. And we're still pacifists. Look, we can't be blamed if they're dumb enough to hit that electrical pylon. That's their problem. Wow. So anyway, let's continue on. There's nothing of major concern here. Max. Oh, that's brilliant. That is so well done. Oh, you're holding your breath. That's good. No movement, no tail wag. You're pro, Max. You're pro. Go get stick. Get stick. Get ball. Oh, mate, you are a pro. Seriously. When I come back to give you a hand, you know, we're going to have to go out and celebrate. That is awesome. Good job, Max. Good job. Okay. So, while Max is playing dead and we're going to go off and get some help there, we're going to pick up all this ammo. And this is all the ammo, unlimited ammo, even on sort of nightmare mode. And this is where they claim that you need to kill Rusty. And the reason why Rusty has to die is because this gate doesn't unlock until he dies, but we don't need to kill him. Okay, whatever attacked Rusty is ahead of us. Awesome. Fantastic. So, let's go down. We've got to make our way to Lover's Peak. And what we're going to do is we're going to leave it right there at the checkpoint. And I hope you enjoyed it. Join me next time as we come across some more really incredible enemies. Okay, see you then.